Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of The Outer Worlds. So to recap where we left off last time, we finally got to Emerald Vale, which is the planet that we have crash landed on, and now we're trying to find a new part for our ship. Because the previous captain of that ship we actually landed on top of in our escape pod, and so he's dead. So we're masquerading as that captain, Captain Alex Hawthorne, and we're finally at this cannery or mechanical workshop of some sort, and we're gonna try to find that last piece. So here we are. Town leader.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
Alright.
Seems we've got a guest.
Reed
Really now,
Thompson.
Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize.
She
I was
did.
given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
Are you Reed? I was told I should talk to you.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
I don't work for Spacer's Choice.
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
My ship needs repairs. I'm looking for a power regulator.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
This is Parvati.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Let me guess. You want me to do something for you before you help me?
My proposition benefits the both of us. Please, hear me out. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
Fair enough. It's probably being, like, occupied by the robots, maybe? So when you say mostly abandoned, what do you mean?
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
Oh. What a surprise. I never would have guessed. I don't think these people will take kindly to losing their power.
No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Tell me what I need to do, why? Or if you want me to solve your deserter problem, I charge by the head. Ooh, that's pretty brutal. Why?
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations.
I've seen Edgewater. I don't blame those workers for walking out. Ooh. None of what you're telling me is my problem. How can I help? I think 1 in 3 is pretty good. I've seen Edgewater. I don't blame those workers for walking
Neither
out.
do I. The fault was entirely mine. I pushed them too hard. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
How will I recognize Adelaide?
Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
Well, we already know this. What if Adelaide doesn't want to come back?
That is not a hypothetical I enjoy entertaining. We need Adelaide back. Nonetheless, I will settle for the return of her followers. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
All right, Reed. I'll see what I can do to help you.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful.
He's cute.
I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Sure, I could use the company.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Okay, so he's dressed pretty sharply, and he's kind of like the big boss man of this corporate town. But he does seem like honest in saying that like it is his fault by pushing his workers too hard. And like, if he hasn't met the quota in years, of course he's gonna be pushing his workers harder. And it doesn't really excuse what he's done, but I can certainly understand where he's coming from. Alright, let's get going. CNP New Manager Seminar. Companions, you've gained a companion. There are characters that join you in your adventures and help in a variety of ways. Companions provide combat support, their skills enhance your skills, they increase your carrying capacity. You can unlock special companion combat abilities with the Inspiration skill. Learn more about your companions in the Companion Ledger. Very cool.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Sure. Is there anything that I can pocket before I leave? I guess not. You wanna come in? Alright, there she is. So this is our first companion in the game. I don't know if we can like recruit all of them and keep them on our ship, or if we just have to only like ally with one at a time.
Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry.
Of course.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
Sure. This is about the deserters, so what's the other side of it? Figures Reed didn't exactly strike me as the most honest soul. Well, he does seem honest, but of course there's certain things that he's not going to bring up immediately to a stranger. Sure.
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. Does its job quiet-like.
Right.
If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
I'm just enjoying some coffee right now. I can't blame anybody for wanting to leave. This town's got issues. How well did you know the deserters? You worked with them. You were friends, or what? Did you know this Adelaide Reed mentioned?
I don't know anybody well. I mostly listened to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident. Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson.
Okay,
All
so
I
she
know
really
is
is important.
She left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place.
This town's got
Life's hard
issues.
here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Optional, speak to the vicar. I suppose it couldn't hurt. We'll stop by.
Thanks, ma'am. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it.
Of course.
That's what my dad used to say anyways.
So, like, we could obviously play, like, a super, like cutthroat, play style and just, like, cut off the power, and then maybe kill Adelaide and just, like, force her followers to follow us back to here. Or we could try to, like, work things out. So if we go to our journal, this is, stranger in a new land. Divert power from the geothermal plant. So this is something that we have to do, but comes the new power. So we can go straight to Reed. Reed asks you to deliver a message to Adelaide and her deserters come back to town because he's cutting off their power. Adelaide and her people are camped out in the botanical lab north of Edgewater. Optional, speak to the vicar. Parvati wants you to visit the town's vicar. She's a little uncertain about the task Reed has set before you. The vicar might be able to provide some moral guidance. Sure. So, Vicar Max is over here, and that is the botanical lab. Well, that's just guiding to the outside. But she should be in this building, which I don't see a door for. So it's probably, yeah, through here.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
It is pretty sparkly clean. This is like a church. Vicar Max.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
Parvati wanted to talk to you about Reed. Asked us to do. How did you know I'm an outsider? Well, I'm not in uniform. Let's go with number 1.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
This is a pretty rash way to phrase it. Cut power to the deserters, you're not humanizing them at all. If you could answer us quickly, we're in a hurry. Cut off the power to Adelaide's deserters. Fix the geothermal plant. Oh. Could we fix it? But we're told to, like, cut off power. So, if we were to fix it instead, would that lead to, like, something else?
That seems well within your expertise.
The way we do it's by cutting off power to the others. The ones who left.
Adelaide McDevitt's encampment. I can see why that troubles you.
Oh,
Miss Holcomb has a soft
I
heart.
misread that.
Always has, if you believe the talk.
What do you think of Adelaide's group, Vicar?
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
So what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Is that even possible? Right, just talk everybody into coming together. I'll keep that in mind. Sounds like I've got my work cut out for me. Thank you for your time.
If it were as easy as a few soothing words in the right ears, I'm sure it would have been done already. Consider it a challenge. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
Marauders,
One of the
probably.
reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
A lot of ways to make money so far. A handsome sum, you say. Tell me more. Why would a vicar be after a banned heretical book?
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
Afraid you're gonna start like a revolution? Seems like the authorities would be interested to hear you're after this contraband text. Ooh. I'll need to know a little bit more about this book before I agree to this.
It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it.
So it's something that could sow discord among the populace. I get it. Alright, I'll look for your book.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
So there are very interesting shades of morality presented so far to us, and I appreciate that. Really cool. Let's take a look at our inventory. Here comes now the power. Companion ledger. She's got a light pistol and an impact hammer, which deals shock damage. She's got a shovel too. Mining gear, mechanic overalls, riot control armor, 4 armor, 7. Mechanical overalls does more than the riot control armor. That's interesting. I did not want to put this helmet on her, but... Whoops. How do I take this off? I want to see her face. That is a little bit weird. No perks available. Alrighty. I don't have anything new. This is my inventory. We've got hibernation suit. 4. I'll put this on. These are my weapons so far. Modifications. So this is... Activates all slotted consumables simultaneously, allowing you to quickly treat your injuries and enhance your capability. Insight, tactical time, dilation recharge for 15 seconds. So all of these things, like, don't just heal you. I mean, they actually, like, grant buffs. That's pretty interesting. Tarot Ray biological overview. Anatomy and life cycle of something. So, here we are outside. What is this going to require? Filter pistol? Why did I put the helmet on? I mean, surely there's got to be something that you can do to take off armor, right? Tech skills +5. Stealth. Stealth. Tech. Well, we want her tech skills to be the highest. I gotta find a way to, like, get that helmet off of her. Because, like, when I'm, like, talking to a companion, I'd like to see, like, their, like, facial expressions and whatnot. Mag pick. Nice. Tartar sauce. Everything requires the mag pick, which I, like, never have enough of. So if I'm out in the world, that is the botanical lab, so let's head on over. Energy, heavy ammo, corporation service award. Huh, I guess I could just sell it for scrap or something. So when we come back, I guess we'll, like, finish up all, like, the other side missions that we picked up within this town.
Ma, he ain't no friend. But I could fix him up smart.
And it changes her voice too.
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Unable to comply.
I could probably fix that. I mean, if you wanted me to.
I can do it myself, actually, which I don't have. Go ahead.
Yep, I see the problem. His nav mod got dislodged. Must have taken a tumble. Just gotta give it a good push and wait for the click. There we go. Jeremy's good as new. Well, new by Spacer's Choice standards anyhow. His name's Jeremy, by the way.
Navigation systems operational. Optimal path toward
Oh, this is the
repair
mechanical
bay
scout.
detected. Initiating self-diagnostics.
So the guy's just entirely paranoid. These things aren't, like, killer robots. Okay. Don't you owe me something for the repairs? Parvati, why did you name the mechanical?
On account of I fixed him. And he's Jeremy on account of his helmet. It's like Jeremy, the officer in True Romantic Tales of the Space Guard.
Oh, so you're a bookworm. Is that an Aetherwave cereal or something?
Surely. I make a point to watch every
Abso-surely.
Tuesday night. Be more careful out there, Jeremy.
Level 3. Skill points available. 10. Whoa. Always put one into ranged. Defense is a bit lacking. Dialogue is always good to buff. Stealth, put one. So there's tech, which is everything. So let's buff up tech a little bit. Leadership. And one more to dialogue. One more into leadership. Very cool. Combat drone. Giving us a lot of stuff here. Whoa! Frozen dinner, not in the fridge. Pre-sliced bread. Interesting how this stuff isn't, like, considered stealing. I guess it's just stuff that the game is, like, willing to give you just to get you, ready.
Okay, keep him quiet.
No, we're not stealthing, we're just trying to get to this. She actually is trying to stealth, that's funny. Ah, mag pick. Very nice. Guess we're done with this area. Moving on. Guess there's nothing back there. Wait, skill points available. Oh, I forgot to apply them. Accept. Companion 1 ability, V Companion 2 ability. Okay, nothing available. But mode aggressive. Let's do defensive. Weapon is... Let's keep her ranged. Distance. Let's do close. Just so she doesn't like auto-engage like people really far away. Wow, Marauder this close? Jesus.
Eyes up! Let me go! That's the last of them.
Give me your shit. Assault rifle. Oh, I could have just blown him up. Okay. Can I please take your helmet off, please? Why is this not letting me just like drag and drop stuff off? You can't remove these, but you should swap them for better items whenever possible. Is there a way?
Something you need?
Perception. I noticed you mentioned your dad a lot, but never your mother.
That's on account of how I never met her.
I'm sorry.
It's hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
They have like ownership over children? That is nuts. That's inhuman.
It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
Okay, you mentioned something earlier that I wanted to ask you about.
You mean about the mission being too clean?
Isn't it supposed to be clean? It's a church.
I know, but Vicar says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicar sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
You're a mechanic. Whenever you see a machine, it's in need of fixing. It's an ideal, not what we live in, but what we strive for. Then why'd you want to talk to him?
The Vicar's about the only soul in the Vale who spends his time thinking on what is and ain't right. It's just that when he looks at me, I feel I'd disappoint him.
I'm sure that's not the case. Stacking up a lot of ammo. So we have... Can we equip this? 122 DPS. Special effect is stagger. I'm guessing that's what the red symbol is. Sawn-off shotgun. Assault rifle uses heavy ammo. Assault rifle, this is... magazine. 24 heavy. Light bleed. So many pistols. 110. We're a bit light on heavy ammo, so let's try not to use that too much. Ooh. I'm taking damage.
That's the last of them!
Get some health. Nice. Low damage weapons are ineffective against armor. Okay. There was an enemy back there that we engaged that was like, sounded like almost like she wanted to surrender. I don't know if like I could like spare people who have like given up the fight, but that's like something I'll have to investigate further. A bunch of these power cells too that I could just detonate. Ooh. Yes, please. I need to like unlock these. Mind attribute, 200 natural health. Regeneration. Oh. There we go. Health is slowly going back up. Mag pick. Nice. 2 of them. Weapon parts. Drino. Mr. Ouch. This just requires 1. Light
Nice.
pistol, energy cell, heavy ammo, bypass shunt, enter cartridge. Doing pretty good on food so far. Food, weapons, and ammo, actually. A little bit of everything. I need 4. Another one to pick this lock. This door. So, I'll try to remember this area to come back. Surely there's got to be another one in this area. Evicted. Woohoo. Also evicted. But it looks like we're getting closer to the botanical gardens. Guys are dead. Emerald Vale Community Center. Is this occupied by marauders by any chance? Drano, Mag 2 Zap. Let's check it out. Spectrum Vodka. There's a lot of stuff in here. Vendor! And I need to unlock the ability to sell back. But is there anything that I can buy here? Adreno is healing. I have 337 bits so far. I find it really funny that their currency is called bits because I'm pretty sure that's the currency they use on Twitch. Fun Times Barrel, these are mods. Backpack increases your carrying capacity. 320. Ooh. Elite troop armor. Trip blade. Old MacDonald had a triple blade. E-I-E-I-O. And with the blade he killed a sprat. E-I-E-I-Ow. From the Ballad of the Choosy Spacer. Interesting. Revolver. Entry. Interesting. Bard. Bypass shunt. Here's another mag pick. Oh.
Here they come!
This is the entrance to the botanical garden. Alright. Shit, shit, shit. I guess she's not gonna fight. Let's take a moment to look at this. Item repair. Parvati. Expensive. Aggressive. Passive. Well, you should be helping me out, right? Because we're in combat right now.
Cut him off!
Use more ammo than I would have liked. Ooh, antique saber. Saber. Oh, hello, dude. Shit. Weak. So weak. I wonder where the game's gonna drop me off. Alright, right from the outside. So let's take a moment to change Parvati's behavior. We're gonna go for aggressive, ranged to medium distance. Controls the follow distance for this companion. Follow at a moderate distance. Weapon. So passive only attacks targets the companion has been explicitly told to. Defense, once told to attack a target, the companion continues to fight until combat is over. Aggressive, the companion always engages in attacks when the player enters combat. Yeah, aggressive then. Okay. I have to like tell her to attack? How would I do that? Holding down.
In a jiff.
What does Z do?
On my way.
Oh, that's ordering her around and then... I don't know what X and C do. I might have glossed over that a little bit too quickly. Oh, that's a bug. So before we go in, is there anything... Base health for 25%. Let's use this. Ranged weaponry spread by 15. Body attributes for 30 seconds. Recharge rate. Sounds good. Natural health regeneration for 2 minutes. Okay, so kind of jacked up on food right now, which is giving us buffs. It really does remind me of Fallout, where it's just like you have like like stim packs and Jet and Psycho to like hype you up for a fight. There's definitely some marauders here.
Here we go. Nice one. Wow, not even a scratch.
So he definitely gave up, but I don't trust him. There's this guy just wandering out and about. What are you even doing, dude?
Eyes up. We're not getting
Ooh, that's cool.
Can't get past that armor. Nice one. Got him.
Guy's got pretty heavy armor. Repair them yourself or have a vendor do it.
Put him off.
Parvati's a bit injured. How do I heal you?
Yep, be right over. Yeah, huh?
I'll talk later. I guess her health just regenerates on its own over time. I don't know. When there's like a lot of like reading involved in like these like games, they kind of get like overwhelmed. used. Spacer's choice property, terminal access, please select command. Hack 25, encode first aid key card. Logs? Just like lore stuff, I think. Okay, so this might be Adelaide's people who have been like falling victim to the marauders. A lot of stuff here.
Nice.
Light machine gun. Ooh, I like that. Repair. I need to get rid of some of this stuff. 110, 110, 110. Breakdown. .64 compared to like actual melee weapons. Yeah, who needs the spade? Trip blade, I have 3 of them. What's better? Got like whole arm here, 60 compared to 70. So, gonna start breaking a lot of this stuff down. Stealth skills +5, tech. We want tech skills, I guess. Consumables, modification. Right, but I need to be at like a workbench if I want to like repair stuff. Sawed off. I don't really use melee, so let's get this light machine gun. Uses light ammo. Ooh, look at this. Welcome, Director Pickett. Messages from Rosenberg. From Rosenberg, to all. Subject keycards. Everyone, the keycard encoder in the lobby is back up and running. Hopefully you won't go on the fritz again and start shooting keycards at anyone who walks by. As a reminder, in case that it does break down again, you can borrow a keycard from the director or one of the workers in the second floor office if you lose your card. Okay. From L. Trammett. Subject, please stop. Director Pickett, I must lodge a complaint. Your obsession with this Manta Queen is wasting all of our budget and holding up development on the entire exhibit. This has to stop. Number 2, from Hunters and Trackers Ltd. Hello, Mr. Pickett. This letter is to update you regarding your request for 1 adult Manta Queen. As you may remember, our trackers discovered a beautiful specimen out in the wild. Per your approval, we deployed a team of our highly skilled hunters to kill it for you. We regret to inform that we regret to inform you that the entire team has perished. Please expect an invoice from our office including the cost of the gravesite fees as stipulated in our contract. Additionally, we must ask you to cover the cost of all the equipment damaged, corroded, dissolved, eaten, or digested, partially or otherwise. Thank you for your patronage. Please allow me to offer you the opportunity to purchase a second hunting expedition at a 10% discount. I look forward to hearing from you. Sincerely, Hunters and Trackers Ltd. Partnered with the Wildlife Eradication Society, a wholly owned subsidiary of the Universe Defense Logistics. Jeez. Yeah. Like, that is nuts. Let me just charge you for all the people that died. You know, when it should have been like our responsibility. This is where we started off. Kind of came in through this way, started fighting. Came in through here. And then upstairs, there should be something that will give us a key card or something. But this looks to have been like a museum of some sort. And maybe when we go in, we can tell Adelaide that we helped clear out all these marauders, so that will maybe put us in somewhat of a good standing with her. Guide to Mechanical Engineering, Volume 1. That's something that we can consume. Junk. Quest. General. You know what? I'm not seeing it. Weapon parts. I felt like this was like a book in Fallout 3 that you could like consume. First aid. This unlocks the first aid room in the Emerald Vale Community Center, which we are in right now, so let's keep an eye out for that. Right. Coming soon, Mantiqueen. Except it never came. Canid. These are like the dogs. Primals. These are like gorillas. These are just Saltuna, like the basic food. Okay. So is there nothing here for us to unlock on the second floor? Like there's an office here, but I'm not seeing any other stuff. Turn to read. Bard. We've read all the messages, so this is kind of useless to us. Nice. And then this is the door that was barred, so okay, we just found another way in. So before we go back in, we have found a new mag pick. We actually found quite a few. So we're actually going to go back to that one lock that we found in one of those houses. Pick that, and then when we head back to the botanical lab, that should be our second episode. I can put stuff in here. I mean, yeah, it just kind of like works like Fallout. You can like literally put stuff in like locker and come back for it later. But unless I find like something that like I know that I'm gonna come back to, I'm just not gonna store things in places that I could forget about. Should be this one. 5 seconds. Better be good. Or not. Drainer time, weapon parts. Assault rifle, not bad. Heavy ammo. Okay, it was worth it, I think. Pep pills, like sleep here. 2 bypass shunts. That's not bad. I'm going to sleep for 6 hours. Resting in a bed is relaxing and moves time forward. In supernova difficulty, you can only rest in your bed on your ship. Gotcha. Community center. Wait, it was like pointing to the lab directly from within here, so like why is it then some 200 meters out over there? It's a bit odd. Borst Wurst. I guess this is just like a secret passage in. Or is this simply just another door that just leads us back outside? Yeah, okay. Alright. Let's quickly trek back up over there then. Getting so much stuff. Assault rifle. Light assault rifle. Sentry saber, 215, 215. Sawed-off shotgun. Saber. More Marauder bodies. Requires another 5 mag picks to get in. Oh boy. That's one right here. Purpleberry fizzy tea. Plain and pure water, fish sticks. Drino. Bread noodles. Bypass shunt. It's 2 buildings checked out. Moving on. Here we are at the botanical lab with some canids
Move
dead.
along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
I'd like to talk to your leader.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
I'm looking for Adelaide. I need some answers.
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
Reed said something about farmer workers living out in the wilderness. I'm looking for the geothermal plant. Know anything about it?
A geo what? Look, plants ain't my purview. You're better off asking after Adelaide.
That's what I'm
If you're
asking
gonna start
for.
wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Where can I find Adelaide?
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
Me too. We've all got problems. I just got shot into space. Trouble with marauders?
You don't know what enough with the questions means?
That's true.
No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
I'll keep an eye out.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Don't worry about it. I'll find her.
Appreciate it. Honest. I'll tell you what I can.
Any idea where she might be hiding?
Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already.
Well, I can snoop around then. You snooped around in her room?
Little ways ago. She was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the fuss was about.
How well do you know her?
Well enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does. What is it?
I think I've got the gist of it. Okay. This is their camp. I could steal a lot of stuff from you. But I'm not. Not yet? Question mark? Okay, so here we are with Adelaide, and this is going to be our second episode because I am now over the hour mark. This is a lot of fun. Like the hours are just passing by pretty quickly, and I'm just like super sucked in right now. There's like so much to explore, and I do need to take some time to like really like understand like how to like move you know, Parvati around, and like how to get that cursed helmet off of her, just so I can see her face a bit more. So there have been some things that I just haven't been reading altogether, and I should have, but like, yeah, it's just something that I should probably fix in coming episodes. I don't want to skip something and then continue to get like more confused about it later on, so I gotta get on top of that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next episode of The Outer Worlds. Until then.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.